This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
There's just one place to get our lowest payment on a new Acura Integra. $229 a month. It's the season of performance event at Acura of Pembroke Pines, #1 in the USA.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
Set the rhythm of your smart home with Sloman Shield Link, the new integrated smart home platform that automates your life just the way you want it. Sloman Shield Link. Be the maestro of your own home.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
It's game day at Toyota of Hollywood. Our All-Stars are here to give you our MVP experience. Join the fun and feast on discounts up to $4,500. Huddle up and score big on a 25 Corolla. Not $26,000, $17,988. It's a tailgate party you don't want to miss. So gobble up the savings at the #1 volume Toyota dealer. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
It starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge. Total Landscape Solutions.
After
40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
When it comes to your smile, confidence is so important. At Moody S Dental, they provide the services to get your smile back. This family-run practice prides itself by offering the latest technology to give your family the best experience possible. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years with offices in Hialeah and Plantation. They accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow us on Instagram at moodys.dental. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years. To schedule an appointment in Hialeah, call 305-821-0231 and Plantation 954-692-6825. From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back. Go to moodysdental.com to find out more and tell them Big O sent you.
Price, service, selection. Get all this and more at South Florida's #1 loved Subaru store. Subaru of Pembroke Pines. Save today with our 3 ways to save. 0% financing, 0 down payment, or make no payments for 90 days. From Subaru of Pembroke Pines.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items. Same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors, 305-345-3649 or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welt & Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welt & Rayom can help.
There's just one place to get our lowest payment on a new Acura ADX. $239 a month. It's the Season of Performance event at Acura of Pembroke Pines, #1 in the USA.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
right. Good morning, boys and girls, on a beautiful Thursday, February 12th, 2026, day number 19,019 since the Miami Dolphins were world champions. Day number 8,802 since the Hurricanes were national champions. We'll reset that clock this coming year. We'll get it done. We'll get it done with Darian Mensah this year. This year, it's title all the way. Okay. Title all the way. By the way, Sean, do we know where the national championship game is going to be held? I think it's Airbnb time. Can't do it for the Dolphins. Maybe I should do it for the Hurricanes. By the way, I was at Caneswear yesterday. Just saw it. Had to add it. Saw it and I said, no. You're not getting away from me. And so 10% off if you want to go online, caneswear.com. I love it. I love it. It's the one that it goes with the throwback of it. Us old guys, we remember the throwback that this is from the Shula era. So they brought it back. You know, really comfortable hat, by the way. Also, it's that 47 stuff, right? Yeah. So anyway, check it out. There, they have a bunch of hats with the old logo. You may like other ones. You've seen a bunch of them that I wear, but I saw this one yesterday. Yes, sir.
Vegas.
Did you say Vegas?
I said Vegas.
Did you say Vegas? Oh man,
Las Vegas.
Do you want to go for the week?
Yeah, the Canes are there. Hell yeah.
Okay. All right. I got to get the Airbnb first. I'll worry about the plane ticket after. Obviously, I got to wait till they're actually there to get the plane tickets. But I'm going to get an Airbnb for Vegas because I like the Canes' chances to go to the national championship. And why not? Let's go. Let's go cover it. You know, might as well. Not as I don't want to cover, you know, like the I don't want to be in the stand in the media, you know, deal. That's boring. I'm going to be with the fans. And I've done the media stuff for many years already. It's like, why would I want to be in the media press box? That's boring. I can't cheer. I can't do anything. I'm going to be with the fans. So, yeah. All right. Let's do that, man. Vegas. Yeah, baby. Yeah. I like it. All right. Good stuff. Vegas. That makes a lot of sense right there. Got to work on that. I'm going to work on that, Sean. Definitely work on that because I'm not passing that up at least because I know that, you know, this is never going to happen. But, you know, what are you going to do? But welcome aboard on a beautiful Thursday. It is beautiful no matter what because we are up and at 'em, and we get to enjoy another day. We are incredibly blessed. Hope you all are doing well. Don't forget to smash the hell out of the like button. It's very important that you smash the like button and get the algorithms going. You can also send in a super chat there on YouTube, although we love the Cash App or Venmo instead because we get 100% of the donation instead of 70% because YouTube takes 30%. Many ways to support our show. Of course, you can support our amazing sponsors. Tomorrow, we're going to be at Acura of Pembroke Pines at 15601 Pines Boulevard, just off of I-75 and Pines. Be out there with Larry Schlossberg and company. And right now, the 2026 Integra, $239 a month, 2.9% financing for 60 months. The ADX 2025, $239 a month, 1.9% financing. The 2025 RDX, $369 a month, 3.9% financing for 60 months. And the TLX Tech 2025, this thing is loaded. And to be $389 a month is a joke. 3.9% financing for 60 months. You got lots of options. Acuras are built here.
in America, so you will save yourself some money also. So get on down there to 15601 Pines Boulevard. Go see Larry Schlossberg and company. They will take care of you. And if you own or lease an Acura, by the way, they've got a service center. Go see Mike Chan, Jordan Ferber. These guys are awesome, man. They are great people. I know because I've been going there for 15 years, 16 years, so I kind of have a pretty good relationship with them. And make sure you mention my name, and they'll take care of you there at Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. All right. By the way, Michelle Kaufman will join us on the show. I figured we've got the Messi injury. We've got, what's it called? The MLS season right around the corner on the 21st. So we'll find out about the whole Messi injury. Is it Messi for the opener? Is the question. Is it Messi? Is it a Messi situation for Leo in the opener? Is what we'll find out with her. And she covers Jai Lucas and the UM basketball team. Might as well give them some love too. I know I will admit I'm not the biggest, college basketball lover, but I will admit I kind of had a come to Jesus the other night when I started to think, well, wait a minute. I watched the NBA and these are lazy pieces of crap that don't give a shit about the game, don't give a shit about the fans. They don't care about playing every night. Like Michael Jordan played every night, dude. This is what I hate, and I hate to be the old man and all that shit and tell you about how it used to be, but I'm sorry, dude. When the greatest player in the world wants to play 82 games every year, and even though he's gambling till 2 a.m. in Vegas, he gets on a plane and hops over to Los Angeles and kicks their ass and scores 40 the next day. Life was different then. In our world that we grew up in, if you want to party, go ahead, but you better show up to work the next day. There was no excuse. Whatever you did, that's your problem. You got a responsibility the next day. And it doesn't matter if you were working in construction or you were in the NBA or whatever it is, that was the attitude. There is no, I was at the tennis tournament all day and I don't feel well, I'm not going to play today. Jimmy Butler bullshit. No, dude, that doesn't exist. And so I will say that maybe I should appreciate college basketball a little bit more than I do, for the sense that at least these kids are actually busting their ass and playing hard, which that I appreciate. And we'll talk a little bit with Michelle about that, because I talked about that the other day when right after the UM game and beating UNC, and I thought that was actually really, really freaking cool. Talking about that was yesterday. So yeah. Let's see, what else do we have going on? Chat board, smash that like button. Let's go. Dolphin Dave, I like the coach the Dolphins hired. Just remember, he had Jalen Hurts. That's right. Jaybird is in the house, smashing the like button. Good win for the Heat last night. Yeah, but it's the Pelicans. You know what I mean? It's just kind of there's nothing good about the Heat. You know what's good? It's good that Ware played well. It's good that Jaquez played well. That's the good part for me. It's when I see the young guys outside of that, Jaybird, there is no big picture for this team. You know what I'm saying? So there is no upside. Let's put it that way. Spo can sell me all the bullshit he wants after the game. And, we're close. And when we get our guys back, and we'll be the top 4 scoring offense and all that kind of stuff. And I just, it's hard for me to believe that. And I've watched you already for a little over half a season. You can't stay healthy as a team. That pace takes a toll on them. And, what am I supposed to count on Tyler Hero when he comes back? That's kind of an oxymoron. That's when Spo's saying that, I'm laughing like, well, wait a minute. So you're counting on Tyler Hero to come back and stay in the lineup and be consistent and all that? Like, since when? Why? Because he did it 1 year in his entire career? I mean, so it just, whatever. They beat the Pelicans. It's nothing for me, to be quite honest. The Heat are nothing for me. It's just a developmental year individually for players. Collectively, the franchise is dog shit. They're just a mediocre franchise. They have a mediocre front office and a mediocre owner now. That's who they are. So you're really not going anywhere. Even if you develop these young guys, you're not going anywhere. It's just hamster wheel. That's all it is. Hamster wheel. So, I don't get high on a silly win over the Pelicans. To me, it's nothing. It was watching that shit last night. Gus 1388. Oscar Rojas. I'm seriously considering going next month at the end of March 2nd to the Sphere for my birthday to see the final 2 shows of the Eagles. Yeah, man, go for it. Go for it. It's definitely worth it, man. I haven't seen Henley's interview, but I've seen this version of the Eagles, and it's worth it, dude. And in the Sphere, it is a perfect show. The audio is as crisp as it gets. So I would go and experience that. And, dude, he's retiring. You're not going to get to see Don Henley anymore. By the way, in that set, he'll do a one or two Henley songs. So that is cool, you know. I remember when I saw this version. I've seen this version of the Eagles a couple times, but specifically when I saw him at Shea Stadium or Citi Field. And I saw him for a festival. There was like 6 big bands. And they played in a New York Minute because they were there. That was awesome, dude. It was awesome. And there was this giant, enormous screen that went from one end to the other past the stage. And it had the whole New York skyline behind it, you know, the image. And they were playing New York Minute. And I was like, all right, that's fucking cool, you know? So if I'm you, I would go enjoy this version of the Eagles because it's over. And Henley's not even going to tour solo. So, yeah, dude. And especially if you've never seen them, okay, you never saw the original with Fry and the boys and all that, that's fine. But at least this version is pretty damn good, dude. Pretty damn good. Stoney Stanley in the house. Alexis Palenzuela. Lenny Pena. Disney Adult. Thank you for the Vegas. Thank you, sir. I'll see you there. J-Town. Gosh, I miss the Shula era. I know. Next year for the Canes, I'm greedy. ACC and Natty. Anything else? Anything less is well. I'm taking that for granted. The Canes are not supposed to even lose a game next year. The only game that's difficult for them is Notre Dame. That's it. Florida State and Clemson, they should beat, and everybody else on their schedule they should beat. If they lose, it's a failure like it was last year in the regular season. You know, you guys do know it's 2 seasons last year, right? Mario Cristobal failed in the regular season last year. He made up for it in the postseason. This year, Mario has to get it right, and I'm with Disney Adult on this. No, hang on and hope that the committee picks you. None of that bullshit anymore. Okay? It's run the table. It's go 12-0. It's win the ACC. And the voters are going to go, yeah, no, these mother effers are top 4. Not, are they the 10th? Or because they can't be 11 and 12 if they're not. That cannot happen this year. Mario Cristobal failed in the regular season last year. Let's get that shit straight. It was 2 seasons. And if it wasn't that the committee got him in, that saved the season. So I'm with a Disney Adult there 100%. There can't be one trip, not one trip up at all in the regular season for Mario Cristobal. Not one. You lose one game, you failed again in the regular season. Your talent is superior to everyone in the ACC. period, end of story. There's no discussion here. Get out of my face. Okay? That will not be entertained here at all. So the bullshit that happened last year in the regular season, that's got to end with Mario and the boys. So no losing at all in the regular season. We'll judge you in the postseason, but you better not lose a damn game in the regular season at all. Okay? So let's get that is 100%. 100%. After what you did in the playoffs, it even proves how much of a disgrace the regular season was last year. It was embarrassing that you lost to Louisville and also SMU. So that kind of mediocre coaching that has popped up throughout his entire career here so far, that shit's got to end. Because that's why you lost the national championship game. You were the more talented team, and your team couldn't stop making mistakes. Mediocre coaching. So let's make sure we call a spade a spade. We call shit like it happens. All right? Let's make sure we call it like it happens. All right? They failed in that game. They were the better talent. They weren't disciplined enough. That's on Mario. Losing in the regular season, that's on Mario. So I expect a 12-0 season, and I expect you to have some success in the playoffs once again, maybe even win the national title. But you better not lose a regular season game. You better not lose a regular season game. All hell will break loose if you lose a regular season game. That's all I got to say. Pat in Nashville. Juan Rosa. Skylar Tipton. Chicago's warming up. Going to be a balmy 36 today. I can't do it, bro. You got more balls than I ever will, Skylar. Gabriel Perez. What's up with you? Anthony Cal Campos. Jeff in Long Island. I just hit the like button, number 25. Thank you for reminding me I'm a dumbass. I'm way ahead of you on the dumbass part. Let's go, man. Only 30 and they're 64. Come on. Pat says, I'm good, bro. Go to the Sphere. It's worth it. Yeah, it is. Pat and I were there together for the concerts over at U2. And I'm going back to the Sphere now in May, for no doubt. Let's see. Brian Landis. I can't wait for that concert with no doubt. Cannot wait, dude. Damn. One says Casper. Yeah, Casper's Yakuchonis is playing well. That's what this season is all about. It's about Ware. It's about Palal Larson. It's about Yakuchonis. It's about Jaquez. That's right. They're just ass backwards over there. But if they would have already been collecting all the first rounders and just play all the young guys, then you're setting up all the guys that'll be around whatever star you claim in a draft because you're in the lottery or in a trade. But we're an ass backwards team now. So, we're going to play for the next whale. Let's go get a whale that's already 13 years into the league and constantly injured and had his best days past him, because that makes sense. I don't know. It's really a shame the direction the Heat have gone as an organization, how they're just like a mediocre organization now. It's like weird, man. Weird. And I want nothing but the best for Riley and Harrison, but I'm not gonna BS you guys about this. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna do that. Cosa Nostra in the house. Renee, good morning to you. Blue, good morning to you. Oscar says, last time I saw them was in the OB in 94 Hell Freezes Over tour. I was there. Mario better not lose to Louisville next year. He can't let Braum run circles around him the way he did this year. Yes, run the damn ball. Run the table, baby. Don't put any doubt in the committee's mind. Exactly. That cannot happen. Cannot happen. Big O, can you settle an argument? Okay. Was any of Bad Bunny's song lyrics sung at halftime vulgar or offensive? Oh, dude, I don't know what he was saying half the time, and I'm Hispanic. I don't pay attention. I got to tell you something. I wasn't paying attention to the music. I was paying attention to the choreography and the color and Jessica Alba. And then, oh, wow. Okay, now I can pay attention to the music. Here is Lady Gaga. That's me, dude. I don't give a shit about Bad Bunny. Nothing against Bad Bunny, but I've never liked reggaeton in my life, dude. And at 59, I'm not starting now. So what he was singing was going here and going right out, and I wasn't paying attention to anything he said at all. In fact, I didn't I make a joke about it on Monday? I put the closed caption to make fun of it because the closed caption people couldn't keep up with the shit. Closed caption couldn't keep up with it. You expect me to keep up with it? No. So I wasn't going to, what did he say? Well, I don't give a shit. I don't like your music, bro. So, it's like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care that, I'm not flipping out that he did it or whatever. It's not, there's been many Super Bowl halftime shows that I don't like. I didn't like Kendrick Lamar either. That's not my style of music either. Plus, I didn't even know half the shit that he was talking about because I don't follow all the crap going on between him and Drake and all the stuff all the subliminal stuff that he was throwing out there. People that do follow that, they were loving it and laughing and enjoying it, and God bless them. But I'm 59, so I did not keep up with Bad Bunny. I don't really give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Listen, bro, if you're worried about the reaction of a bunch of, wackos on the far right side, here, I can show you a post. Well, if the Bible was written in English, then our Super Bowl halftime show should be written in English. Those are Trumpies for you, bro. Those are Trumpies for you. The Bible wasn't written in English, dumbass. But those are Trumpies for you. You know what I'm saying? So this is just a bunch of wackos like I told you, I've lived a long time. I see everything and I see it over and over again. In the 80s, it wasn't the far right. It was the far left idiots that were against music and lyrics and wanted labels and all that stupid shit. And all they did was Motley Crue and Ozzy Osbourne and NWA and everybody else sold more records and Two Live Crew and all that because of those idiots. And now the idiots on the right side, okay, are overreacting about Bad Bunny. And guess what happened? The ratings went through the roof. So they got more exposure, 4 billion online views in 24 hours. So the more, whether it's a left or a right, and I'm so freaking tired of just hammering both sides because I've lived it and I've watched it. It's just a bunch of you suckers that follow all this crap. You know what I mean? So that's what you got. Trumpies that think that they wrote the Bible in English. This is like stupid shit because the orange man will say, well, the bricks are dead. Really? They're dead, huh? And then Trumpies will repeat stupid shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the economy's great. Yeah, sure. Go keep repeating stupid freaking lies. So this is what we have. We have people that just create lies and then they repeat lies and repeat lies and repeat lies and try to make it the truth. So, and it's both sides. You know what I mean? It's just they're in charge now, so they're doing all this crap now. So don't fall for this stuff, dude. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Janet Jackson showed her breast. Who cares what? I don't even know what he said. But whatever he said, I'm sure it's not worse than showing a breast. So whatever, man. It's crazy. They worry about Bad Bunny in a dress, and nobody ever reacted about Milton Berle completely in a dress and makeup all the time. Entertainment is entertainment. Whether you're Milton Berle, you're David Bowie, you're Bad Bunny, your Boy George, whatever the hell it is, dude. It's entertainment. Everybody's different. Everybody's, whatever, Liberace, whatever. Who cares, dude? To each his own. You like it, you like it. You don't, you don't. I'm not into the music. What can I say? But I don't care about, I'm not against the human being, and I'm not going to criminalize the human being or anything like that because of their music. Give me a freaking break, dude. Just, if you've lived enough, you've watched the bullshit enough from both sides. It's just that, as I keep saying, stop being a sucker for either of these sides. So there you go. That's my 2 cents. Okay. Let's see what else. Think Blue Dodgers checking in. Bail on the whale. This hat is sweet, dude. I saw it yesterday, and I told Jeff, I'm taking that shit right now. Buying that right now. Right now. Every time I walk in to Caneswear, I have to look at the Dolphin hat section. And they know that they know I'm a huge, there's no whale in my inventory. And so whenever they add, they'll remind, hey, we got some new old logo stuff, and they know I will gravitate to it right there. They've got a lot of old logo stuff. Use our code Big O10. You will get 10% off. What else? What else do we have here? Daniel Guzman checking in from beautiful Vieira, Florida, getting some work done and heading south to Miami to spend some time with mom. Good for you. NorCal is puffing and a puffin'. Lenny Pena, my wife and mother-in-law were loving Bad Bunny. I have nothing against his music. It's okay. Not my cup of tea, but the production was really good. Prince and MJ to me have the top. Oh, yeah. God, yes. I rewatched the Prince one. I told you guys. It was just so awesome. I just wanted to rewatch it. And I rewatched it it was like a mini documentary. It was like the performance, commercials before the performance, and then like a little documentary after. It was really cool. And I really enjoyed it. And they cleaned it up. They 4K'd it. So it was good. It looked really, really good. Yeah, you can't, it's not a comparison or anything, but as time goes on and as we get older and as generations change, well, they're aiming for different, they're aiming for different demos sometimes because they're trying to enhance their audience. So, Miami Breakers 305, thank you for the love on the super chat. He says, preaching the truth, agree 100%. I mean, it's just common sense, bro. Don't take a side. Just sit back and watch it. And the bullshit comes from both sides. Sometimes it's cycles. That's all. More from one side than the other at a certain time, and more from the other at a certain time. And so that's just kind of the way it goes. The like I told you, it's the political pendulum. That's where we're at in America. Sorry, but that's where we're at. We went 8 years with Bush Jr. Now we went 8 years with Obama. Then we went 4 years with Trump. Then we went 4 years with Biden. Now we went 4 years. Now we're going to go 4 years for Trump. And now the next 4 will be Newsom. We'll go the opposite. I saw the Cauchy thing. The Newsom and Vance race are super tight now. Like, that's what you got for me in 2028, Vance and Newsom? Like, okay, we're screwed. And so that's all. We'll go with Newsom probably because that's what that silly party will pick for 4 years. And then the next 4 years later, we'll go back to a Republican, the political pendulum. It's that there's no rhyme or reason behind it. It's just Americans don't really follow politics, so they just vote the opposite. They want the players coach, and then they want the hard-nosed coach. Oh, this guy's a jerk. Let's go get a players coach. Let's go get a hard. Yeah, same shit. Same thing. Whatever. I watched the Super Bowl for the football. Who cares about halftime? No matter who's playing. I smoke weed out back at halftime. That's NorCal. See, You know what, NorCal? I think it was Dolph Kleinman, that idiot. He put out like people are standing watching the halftime show, and he goes, imagine paying thousands of dollars to watch that halftime show. And I go, who pays thousands of dollars to go watch a halftime show, Dov? What kind of a moron are you, bro? If I pay my money to go see the Dolphins, do you think I give a shit about halftime? Do you know what I'm doing at halftime? I'm talking about us leading, or I'm pissed off that we're trailing. Do I give a shit about halftime? I'm out in the concourse getting a beer, rapping with my buddies, maybe standing right next to NorCal while he's toking, and we're talking about what happened in the first half, this, that. We're going to go get a piss. That's what I'm doing. I don't know about you guys, but I don't go to a Super Bowl to go stand there and watch the halftime show from 400 yards away. Who cares? That's not what I'm there for. If I go to the Super Bowl to go see my Miami Dolphins, do you think the halftime entertainment is anywhere on my list? My tailgate is more important. Pregame, who I hang out with. Let's say it's Nork. I probably the next Super Bowl, whenever it does happen, even if we're like 90, NorCal and I will be hanging out. Guaranteed, wherever it's at. Even if I live in Panama, I'll fly in wherever it's at. Guaranteed. But do you think I'm going to worry about who's halftime? Do you think I give a shit about halftime? Do you think I paid for halftime? No, I paid to go watch my Dolphins win a Super Bowl. Period. End of story. That's what I paid for. That's what I'm hoping I get. If the Dolphins win and the halftime show sucked or it was great, it won't matter to me. And if the Dolphins lose and the halftime show was great or fantastic, it won't matter to me. I'll probably go back, and if they tell me it's fantastic, I'll go watch it on YouTube, and it'll be much better than watching it from my seat. I guarantee you that. It's like the silliest shit. Like I'm going to pay, like halftime matters or something. Again, that's somebody making it bigger than what it really is because they wanted to create controversy. And it exploded right in their faces because they put up some racist clown on their end. And I thought you people were like kind of, into God and stuff. Kid Rock? Okay. Contradictory, isn't it? Anyway. Let's see. J-Town, you're probably right on the bots. Frankie Fresco. I know curling is boring as hell, but these curling people don't stop yelling. Yeah. I can't watch that. I don't. I can never watch curling. The Big O show is 100% whale free. Bail on the whale. Damn right, Nyborg. Damn right. John Padilla is out in Berkeley. Nice. James Vivinetti in the house. The Handsome Joker. Bad Bunny's music has anti-American subtext just by nature of being boldly Puerto Rican. If you know anything about their history, it also alienates a large demo. It was still a very good show. Whatever. Let's see. Newsom, seriously, we are effed. Oh, yeah. They'll pick somebody like that, dude. Of course. That's what they do, bro. That's what they do. Oscar says, Big O, my favorite Don Henley solo career song is New York Minute. There you go. And this is the last worthless evening that you'll have to spend. Yes. Yeah. It's a great song, dude. Great song. Just give me a chance. Yeah, man. I love that song. If Tool was halftime show, I'd possibly smoke weed to start the third quarter. But you know what? I understand the method behind the madness, the whole, Hispanic, and you're expanding into Europe and Central and South America like crazy and all that kind of stuff. But you missed out on a chance with Journey, bringing Steve Perry back, like entice them, and Perry can come back with Journey for like 3-4 songs at halftime. He doesn't have to do a tour, none of that. Maybe he would do it. If not, you got Metallica. At least they use Green Day. You know, there's like a lot of Bay Area bands that they could have used, and it would have been super cool. But I get it. I get what they're doing, you know, and all that other stuff is more classical because those are older acts. So whatever. But it is what it is. You tell me, if you give me Metallica or Journey or something like that, I would have been like on cloud nine. You know, that's what I would have loved that. But I get it, man. I get it. So Brian says, "Oh, if I'm at the Super Bowl, I'll be snorting a blunt in the men's room and listening to Bad Bunny in the background." Brian, snorting a blunt sounds inefficient, says Mark. Okay, now we're getting a little technical here. Not sure. Never done those kind of things, so I can't really explain it. Can you imagine being so weak that politics dictates friendships, family, lightness, and sports? Thank God we don't have wussies like that on Earth. LOL. Move on from the Super Bowl was Sunday. Yeah, but you know what, Alex? There isn't like a ton to talk about. Like, what are we going to start breaking down the Heat Pelicans last night? You know what I'm saying? Hockey team is on break. They're not playing well. You know, it's not much to look forward to with the baseball team. Free agency hasn't even started. Dolphins haven't even started cutting anybody. We got like nothing to talk about. You know, there's not really a lot going on. If we're going to be honest, there's not a lot going on in South Florida for sports. It's kind of dead. You know, and basketball is a nice story. We'll have, you know, Michelle on in a few minutes. So we'll talk to her, but I'm sorry, man. It's just kind of the way it is. It's kind of slow. You know, how much you want me to repeat Tua topics or talk about Malik Willis over and over every day or something? Like, yeah, that's for lazy talk show hosts. You know, I've said my piece on that. Let's see. Jeff in Long Island. Gabriel Lopez. Oh, what is your ideal QB to have on your team right now, Gabriel? I'm not even looking at a QB for the Dolphins. I want them to build a culture. I want them to build the trenches. I want them to build from inside out. Build the team first, then go get a QB. My perfect QB would be like a Jaden Daniels. Someone like that. A pocket passer that only runs because he has to. I don't want any run designs for my quarterback. You know, once in a blue moon that you have certain things, maybe you can do it, but more often than not, I want a pocket passer. And if he happens to have some legs, that's fantastic. But I need a pocket passer more than anything else. And then if he's a little mobile, fantastic. If he's not, build up the line. You know, you can't have people in the Dolphin organization say, I don't like Robert Hunt. He's not worth the money. So when you have people like that in the organization, can't say who, you can't get anywhere that way. So depends on what you have. If you have a Matt Stafford, build a team like the Rams. Don't build it like the Dolphins. So it's kind of the way it goes, man. Let's see. I understand bringing in popular idols to do the halftime. I just don't care who it is 95% of the time. Exactly. I'm with you, bro. I watch the Super Bowl for the game. I watch so I can make some money off of Seattle. That's why I watched. You know what I'm saying? That's all. And I was deep, even though I picked Seattle all the way, you guys know that. I did enjoy New England losing. I don't want them to win another Super Bowl. So that was also enjoyable. I got to admit, it was enjoyable. This is the dead time as far as sports. Not much going on other than college hoops. I agree. Let me give you something on the Dolphins side, okay? So Alexis Palazuela, here you go. You guys are a trip out there. And I'm going to stay consistent on this, as I've been consistent on this for a long, long time. I saw people overreacting on the hiring of Kevin Patullo as their passing coordinator now. And look, man, I don't know who's going to be a good coach on this staff, who's going to be a bad coach on this staff. I do know this in general. In general. First-year coaches and new coaches that are, I'm talking about first-year, fresh off the blocks, never coached in his life, not a Vrabel-like, but a guy that's never been a head coach, first time. Their first staffs are never really perfect. So Half is going to hire some mediocre coaches. He's going to hire some great assistant coaches. We're going to find out. Maybe they're all good. Maybe they're all bad. Maybe they're all mediocre. But here's what I would tell you about Kevin Patullo. Jalen Hurts is a dog shit passer. Jalen Hurts is a remedial passer. Okay? When it comes to seeing the field, reading and reacting, he's not anywhere near elite. Anticipatory, all that kind of stuff. That's not his game. So that's why they've changed so many offensive coordinators. This is not a Patullo problem. This is a Jalen Hurts problem. And if they can run and dominate the lines like they did that year, they got a chance at winning. And then all they need is Jalen Hurts to make a couple of passes. He's capable enough because he's an athlete, not a quarterback, but he's an athlete. Can't make a living in the pocket, which is that question that guy answered. I got to have a quarterback that can make a living from the pocket. Can't make a living from the pocket, I have no use for you whatsoever. That's the way I am. I need my quarterback that when the defense is so good like Seattle and they're not going to allow you to run and have a field day, you need to make a living and make decisions from that pocket. Because by the time you get to the Super Bowl, the conference finals, you're playing the better defenses. You better be able to make a living from the pocket. Okay? So for me, Jalen Hurts is dog shit. He's nothing in my eyes. Terrific kid, but he is lucky, just like Nick Foles is lucky, that Howie Roseman knows how to build teams because their head coaches aren't shit and their quarterbacks aren't shit. So Kevin Patullo, I would tell all you Dolphin fans out there, chill the hell out already, dude. Let it go. You people have no lives. Take it easy. Take it easy. Don't worry about the damn... we have no idea. None of us have any idea if Half is good or not, or if any of his coaches are good or not. They might be all great. Patullo might be the shit, dude. And then maybe he is shit. I don't know. But let's not overreact on this stuff. Let's not get crazy on this stuff because my DM was flooded. It's been flooded every time we add a assistant coach, this, that, oh, why this, why? Don't worry about it, dude. It's like the Hackett thing. Yeah, he doesn't even have a good reputation. But did Joe Barry have a good reputation coming out of Denver? No. They made fun of him, all kinds of shit, and he came here and he was a hell of a coach. And now we regret that he went to the Chargers and didn't stay here. So we don't know if the guy that took over for him is anywhere near Joe Barry. We have no idea. He might be snorting lines for his hoe behind the scenes. We have no idea. So let it go. Stop overreacting on who's the defensive coordinator, who's the offensive coordinator, who's the quarterback's coach, who's the passing coordinator, who's the defensive backs coach, who's this quality control coach, who's that. Forget about it. Ladies and gentlemen, none of us know how this thing's going to turn out. We have to sit back and wait. And let's see if Sullivan knows what he's doing. Let's see if Half knows what he's doing. And then we'll find out. And then we'll know to feel good about the team or be concerned again or all that kind of stuff. But you guys cannot kill yourselves over every single hire. Okay? The team's a horrible football team. They've got a lot to fix. So sit back and relax and let everything develop, and we'll find out if they can stop being a horrible and pathetic and embarrassing franchise, because that's what they are. Until proven otherwise, the Dolphins are dog shit. So let's just sit back and wait. Let it all develop. Let it all develop. I had some people that were ripping the Dolphins for Petula, and I'm like, yo, dude, relax. Like, easy. Talk about Jalen Hurts, bro. Don't blame that guy for that shit. Please. He's a great kid, but I don't want him as my quarterback. That's for damn sure. Big O, the one great thing about Bad Bunny controversy is I haven't seen fans posting mock drafts yet. Yeah. The Handsome Joker, what are you guys talking about? The halftime show was way more entertaining than the game itself. Actually, the Handsome Joker has a good point there. I mean, there were good-looking women dancing. There was Jessica Alba. There was what's it called? Lady Gaga. So, a couple actually got married, which I didn't think it was really legal, but apparently it was. Let's see. Big O, please, no more Tua shit. Speaking about moving on, please. Oh yeah, that's QAM lazy talk, is what you must have been listening to QAM lazy talk. Tua or Willis? Tua or Willis? This segment we'll talk about Willis. This segment we'll talk and bitch about Tua. This segment we'll talk about Willis. Yeah. Lazy radio. That's what you get at QAM. Tons of lazy radio and hypotheticals. That's all you hear all day. Hypotheticals. What would you do if this and that? It's like none of it is realistic, and you're spending segments on stupid hypotheticals. Yeah. That, in fact, that's what general sports talk has turned into. Stupid hypotheticals. Nobody actually talks about what really is going on or what isn't going on anymore. USA men's hockey today, play at 3. Yes, sir. I'll be watching. Ocala Joe, I have a fever, and the only prescription is more Tua talk. And he's laughing. Big O, I'm 100% with you on pocket presence QB. Of course, dude. Of course. I don't mind if you can run. That's fantastic, but I don't really need you running. You run out of last resort is what I want. I don't need running quarterbacks. Those people get injured and they take a beating, and it's just no. I need a pocket passer, and if he can move, fantastic. Jaden Daniels. Pat Mahomes. Guys that can live in the pocket, but okay, shit breaks down, they can go get you 6-7 yards and keep the drive alive. Okay, I don't mind that. That's fine. Steve Young, I don't mind that. I'm good with that. But I don't need the Cam Newtons of the world. I don't want the Jalen Hurts of the world. I don't want those kind of quarterbacks. Not my style. I'd rather have the Sam Darnolds and the Matt Staffords of the world. I'd rather have the pocket passers that can live there. And then if he can actually move on top of that, then I'll do it. I'll take it. But I know what kind of passer I have, so let me build the right team around the passer. If I have a Sam Darnold, let me protect the shit out of him. If I have a Matt Stafford, let me protect the shit out of him. If I have a Tua, no, let's just give him 2 seconds because he's going to have to run for his life. Huh? So that's kind of, our team needs common sense, like the franchise needs common sense. So we'll find out if these guys have the common sense we haven't seen in decades. Let's see. What else? Mr. Spock says, who knew you could win a Super Bowl with a game manager at QB, a solid run game, a great defense? The last 2 Super Bowl winners followed this formula. Bucks under Gruden, Ravens under Billick, same thing. Yeah, and Peyton Manning. They didn't win with Peyton Manning's arm, right? So, yeah, Nick Foles, they didn't win, so yeah, you can win with a mediocre quarterback. Let's see. They go, maybe now that Tua's left arm died, maybe his right arm still has 30% life. I like that. Maybe Tua was smoking with his left arm. Maybe he needs to go smoke with his right arm and his left arm got stoned. What do you think? Like, he's token, but his hand was also inhaling all that THC. And so then it was just like a droopy ball. It was like a Spicoli ball. Oh, man. I think that's what happened. So I think Tua needs to get back to smoking with his right arm so that way his left arm stays sharp. You can't go out there stoned. Who was it? Who did acid on the mound? Was it Oil Can Boyd? Was it? Check that for me. Pitcher on the mound, MLB pitcher on the mound on LSD. Was it Oil Can Boyd? I want to say. Somebody admitted that they were on LSD on the mound. And think about that. Now that's a pitcher right there. If you could figure out the plate on LSD, that's some shit. Yes, sir.
It was Doc Ellis.
Oh, Doc Ellis.
And he threw a no-hitter.
Doc Ellis. There you go. Doc Ellis. I knew it was some kind of a name, so I threw out Oil Can Boyd or something because it's kind of in the same era. But yeah, Doc Ellis was on LSD on the mound. Nice job by you, Tim. That is good. And Ken, thank you. That is that's crazy, dude. That's crazy. Yeah. Maybe Tua should have been on LSD. He doesn't feel any of the hits. All of that. Not bad. Put some respect on Sam Arnold's name. We will. We'll put some respect on Sam Arnold's name. Yeah. I used to eat at Arnold's all the time. Yeah. Me, Fonzie, Cunningham, and the boys. Yeah. Popsy. Yeah. We were always at Arnold's. Always. It's a great place. Great place. Let me get to the 3A Graphics sports calendar. The one and only Alan Blanco. If you need custom printing and embroidery, give him a ring. 786-618-1443. Uniform, shirts, hats, whatever it is. Call them. They can help you out. 786-618-1443. Heat last night. They defeat the Pelican Fly. 123-111. They will now hit the All-Star weekend. They're off till Friday, February 20th. So they're off for the next 8 days. And they'll be back in action. Panthers are off till February 26th against Toronto as we've got the Olympic break, and USA Hockey starts today at 3 o'clock. Saturday at 4 on ESPN 2. UM is visiting NC State. UM is 19-5. NC State is 18-7. UM 8-3 in the conference. NC State is 9-3 in the conference. So should be a hell of a game. At 5:30 now, the Fort Lauderdale United will be hosting Brooklyn FC. And yesterday they announced a new head coach as Paul Jennison, the goalie coach, takes over at the head coaching position over Ali Rogers. So game time will be at 5:30 on Saturday. And in soccer news, Inter Miami news, Lionel Messi has a muscle strain in his left hammy. He is out, and we don't know about his availability for the season opener on the 21st at LAFC. We'll find out about that. That is your 3A Graphics. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. One more thing. The Miami Dolphins hire former offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo, former Eagles offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo, as their passing coordinator. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. All right. All right. All right. My wife knew that I had no idea that happened in baseball. Big O, I can see the future. The Heat are looking to pursue Wemby in 2032, according to Barry Jackson and Bay Central. I like that, Anthony. That's good. That's good. That's good. Whale hunting. Yep. Riley will be like 104. We'll get that whale one day. Nyborg, are you saying Tua needs to do things to expand his mind and live in harmony? Yes, I'm definitely saying that, Forrest Gump. Sofas, luxury recliners, we have them all at Sam Arnold's. Ask for our JD Vance special. Oh man. Yeah, that's think about that. Everybody that goes to a JD Vance like get together, they should dress as a sofa. That would be fantastic. That would be a great joke for him. Be awesome. I like that. Good one, Pat. Very good. Very good, my friend. Let me get to, by the way, sad news yesterday. James Vanderbeek. Damn, dude. 48 years old, cancer. I hope we solve this cancer thing one day. I really do. Please smash. It's crazy how this continues to happen, and we can't figure out a way to save people. And we all lose them. I lost my uncle to cancer. Everybody loses somebody to cancer. Everybody. It's ridiculous. All right, let's go to a little music history here. Let's start off with birthdays. On the 12th in music history, we start off on February 12th. Mike Posner, a chicky bow wow wow, born in 1988. What's that song? Something bow wow, chicky bow wow, or something like it. It's a trippy song that he sings. In 1980, on this day, Gucci Mane was born on this date. Let's see who else celebrating birthdays. Jim Cregan, bassist with Bare Naked Ladies, really fun band live, born in 1970. 1968 on this date, Cheyenne Phillips from Wilson Phillips was born in 68. Gary Whelan, drummer for the Happy Mondays, born in 66, my year. Neil Conti from Prefab Sprout. That's not a band I hear much of back in the 80s and early 90s. He was born in 59. Brian Robertson, guitarist with Thin Lizzy, born in 56. Michael McDonald, I keep forget we're not in love anymore, born in 52. Solo and, of course, Doobie Brothers. Let's see who else. Steve Hackett, guitarist with Genesis, early Genesis, born in 1950. He also co-founded the supergroup GTR with Steve Howe back in the day. Stanley Knight from Black Oak, Arkansas, guitarist, born in 1949. Happy birthday to him. Joe Shermy, bassist with Three Dog Night, born in 45. We lost him in 2002 at the age of 56. The great Ray Manzarek, keyboardist for The Doors. We born on 39 on this date. We lost him back in 2013. I might have interviewed him like maybe in 2010, something like that, a few years before he passed away. Let's see, what else do we have here for birthdays, famous people. We start off with Abraham Lincoln, the 16th president, born in 1809. Labor leader John L. Lewis, born in 1880. U.S. General Omar Bradley, born in 1893. Actor Lorne Greene, born in 1915, Bonanza. Baseball Hall of Famer Joe Garagiola, born in 1926. Basketball Hall of Famer Bill Russell, born in 1934. Actor Joe Don Baker, born in 1936. Actress Maude Adams, born in 45. She's 81. Twice a Bond lady in 2 different Bonds, by the way. Maude Adams. There you go for useless trivia in my head. Let's see what else. Arsenio Hall, born in 56. He's 70. Actor John Michael Higgins, born in 63. He's 63. Actor Josh Brolin, born in 68. He's 58. Actor Jesse Spencer, born in 79. He's 47. Actress Christina Ricci, born in 80. She's 46. And actress Catherine Barrow, born in 90. She's 36. Sean Stanley, do you have wrestlers?
Yes, sir. We have a couple. The
Okay.
great Jada Parker. Sorry, hold on. I'm getting a call. Jada Parker turns 27, and the One Man Gang turned 66 on February 12th, 2000. 26.
Only Pat in Nashville would have the correction of the bow, cheeky, wow, wow. Okay. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Thank you, Pat. You're awesome. Anyway, let's see. Guy needs to get a colonoscopy. Don't put it off. Do it for your family. Yeah, you should. I don't know who you're giving that advice to, but it's definitely needed. I had one a couple of years ago. Everything checked out perfect. Guy says, I'll see you in 5 years. There's no way I'm waiting 5 years. So I think I'll do it in the next year again. I think it's been like 2, something like that. I think it's been like 2. But everybody should have it, especially once you cross 40, 45, you should have it, man. Should have it, definitely. All kidding aside or any uncomfortable talking point or whatever. All right, let's go with what happened today in music history. All right. We start off with 1970, John Lennon performed Instant Karma on BBC, Top of the Pops, becoming the first Beatle to appear on the show since 66. In 77, Blondie, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers and the Ramones all appeared at the Whiskey A Go-Go in Los Angeles. Wow. In 1980, Bryan Adams released his self-titled album. It features Hiding from Love. In 81, Rush released their 8th studio album, Moving Pictures. It features the singles Limelight, Vital Signs, Tom Sawyer, YYZ, Witch Hunt. I mean, forget about it. That's a perfect album. And it seems like it was yesterday when it was released. XTC in 82 released their 5th studio album, English Settlement. It features 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 senses working overtime. In 1990, MC Hammer released his 3rd studio album, Please Hammer, Don't Hurt Him. You Can't Touch This, Pray, and Have You Seen Her? In 97, Snoop Dogg and Sean Puffy Combs held a press conference where they called for an end to the East Coast, West Coast rap rivalry that had claimed the life of Tupac Shakur. Kids around the world were watching, Snoop said, by calling for a truce, we were giving them something to live for. However, their efforts failed to stop the violence. Less than a month later, the notorious B.I.G. was killed in a shooting. In 2017, Adele was the biggest winner at the 59th Annual Grammy Awards with 5 trophies, including Album of the Year for 25, Record of the Year, and Song of the Year for Hello. Adele also became the first artist in history to win all 3 General Field Awards in the same category twice, previously winning all 3 categories in 2012. In 2017, a very sad day, we lost the amazing, the fantastic, the Hall of Fame, the perfect Al Jarreau. Died of respiratory failure at the age of 76, just 2 days after announcing his retirement. during his career. Giroux received a total of 7 Grammy Awards, also best known for his 81 album, Breaking Away, which I have. He also sang the theme song for the late 80s television series, Moonlighting. Some by night, some by day, something like that. Whatever. I remember that song. Yes. Let's see. Any birthdays on this list that wasn't on the other one? No, actually. Had it all there. Had it right. Some fly by night, some by day, or I don't know. I forgot how it is. Anyway, 2 Perfect Strangers. Yes, R.I.P. Dawson. That was a great show, dude. That was a well-written, phenomenally acted show. All and the young actors in that series were all phenomenal. Yeah, that is an underrated show, actually, and it was a monster hit. But I think it just doesn't even get enough credit for how well written and the acting in that show was, because those actors were phenomenal. And then on top of all of that, you have the Babe from History of the World Part 1 as the mom, because she was Dawson's mom. You know, and they got a divorce too, actually, in the show. I watched Dawson's Creek. It's definitely a good show, man. Good show. I don't want to wait. All right. Let's see. Okay. Michelle just reached out. Apparently she's going to be dialing in. All right. Let's see. Big O, with the help of AI, we will find the cure for cancer. I hope so. It would be nice. It would be really nice. Definitely. Let's see. Great show I saw in 2021, born in 91. Great show. Pep says, I mentioned the Colo because you mentioned the young actor that passed away from colon cancer yesterday. Yeah, he was 48. And yeah. And he was in his early 40s mid 40s when he got diagnosed. Yeah. No, you're right. You got to go. And let me tell you something. I'm an idiot because I went in my mid 50s. I waited till my mid 50s. Do you know how catastrophically stupid I am? It's ridiculous. Don't ever do that. Don't be dumb. I did that. That's ridiculous. All right, let's do it. Let's switch gears. Let's talk a little UM basketball, a little football, because she covers both sports. Champions on one end. By the way, Michelle, that was a quiet championship. We didn't have no pots and pans. We gotta pick up the pot. We gotta make it official.
Wait. Before we get to that, I have breaking news. Is this live? Is your show live?
Of course we are.
Right.
We're
breaking news.
Podcast.
Breaking news. The reason that I'm a few minutes late signing on to the 11 o'clock segment, the ACC just announced that they fined $50,000 for the students storming the court. So there you go. That follows over the weekend. They fined North Carolina $50,000 for storming the court against Duke. And so a few days later, they did the same for Miami.
Do they know about our NIL collective? Penny.
It was worth it.
Penny.
It was totally worth it. For a chance for to celebrate something on a basketball court. It was super fun. Come on.
Let me tell you something, okay? And I'm old. So for me, college basketball today doesn't tickle my fancy because I lived the 80s and the 90s. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about, okay? But having said all that, I watched the last part of the UNC game, and the one thing that, they're getting hit in the face, they're coming back, they're just giving their all constantly. And when I watch the NBA, these people don't give a shit. They don't show up for games. They don't play back-to-backs. They refuse to play entire seasons. When in our time, Michael Jordan was playing 82 games, 81 games. Go look at his record. It's 80, 81, 82 games every year. That's how they used to play back in the day. And so when I look at college basketball, while it's not the same basketball that I grew up with superstars and rivalries that were really super intense, like UNLV and Duke for 2 years, like we'll never have stuff like that ever again. So, but at least I can appreciate college basketball over the NBA in the sense that you will get a great effort every single night. And I got to give.
Yeah. I mean, I love college basketball way more than the NBA, and still there are still big rivalries. Look, my daughter went to Duke. Let me tell you, she's not a mean person. She's so sweet. She hates Carolina. I mean, the go to hell Carolina. My daughter never cusses except when she's saying go to hell Carolina. Right. That Duke Carolina rivalry is still really fierce. She camped out when she was at Duke. My daughter camped in the cold for 5 weeks in a tent in order to go to Coach K's last game against North Carolina, which, by the way, they ended up losing. So that was pretty sad that she camped out for 5 weeks to see her team lose to the arch rival. But I still think college basketball is the fans are so much more passionate, the fan base and the effort from the players, even though with the transfer portal, like this team, it's 12 brand new players. They've just put on the uniform for the first time this year. It's not like they have some long history with the school. They were with another school last year saying that they love that school, that they love Michigan, they love Indiana, they love TCU. All of a sudden now they love they love the U. Last year they loved Michigan and Indiana and TCU and whatever. But I don't like all that. But having said all that, I still think the game itself and the effort and just how much it means to the players and the fans it's not even close to me with the NBA. It's not even close.
No, it's not even close. And that's the one thing.
And March Madness, is there anything better in American sport than March Madness? I mean, come on, the one and done. I love it that a 16 seed, a 15 seed, some little school you've never heard of in your life is all of a sudden on national TV playing against the Blue Bloods. I mean, I think March Madness is the best thing in U.S. sports.
Yeah. No, March Madness is fun. There's no doubt. It's always been a fun tournament to watch. There's no doubt. But I will give that to college basketball, that watching the NBA now it's unwatchable. Actually, it is. It's really it's not a fun game to watch. And then on top of all of that, then you don't even know when your stars are going to play. And that's just disgusting and disgraceful because people are paying a lot of money to go see these stars. And then they just decide that they don't want to play on a back-to-back because they're tired or this is the third game in the fourth night or something. And so, I got to save myself for what? Give me a break. So it's kind of disturbing. Now, on the flip side, how does Jai Lucas completely turn an entire program? Jay Lucas. How does he turn an entire program around in just months? Because that's what
that guy. It's unbelievable. I am here to declare on February 12th, 2026 at 11:14 a.m. that we are seeing the beginning of a fantastic coaching career for Jay Lucas. I've been around this business for 40 years, and I've been telling this to my husband, to my daughter, anybody that I'm around who wants to talk about basketball, that this guy is the real deal. I mean, he just turned 37. They hired him at 36 last year, youngest coach in the ACC. He had only been an assistant. This is his first head coaching job. His first head coaching job. He's just turned 37 years old. What he's done with this team, not only the recruiting, he had a plan. From the first time I met him, I did a long interview with him, and he said that he had a very specific plan about how he was going to do this. And let's not forget that the amazing, Jim Larinaga took them to the Final Four in 2023, which was an incredible feat to take a team to the Final Four. Unbelievable, historic. Who knows if it'll happen again? But after that, 8 of those players left, which was really sad. It broke Coach L's heart. 4 days after that Final Four, he tells the story. 4 days after that Final Four, you've just won a Final freaking Four,
Yeah.
University of Miami. 4 days later, he has a meeting with his team. 8 players tell him that they plan to leave to enter the portal. He was devastated, okay? As an old school coach who he coached those guys up. Those were not all McDonald's All-Americans, whatever. These are guys that he put together. He coached them, leads this group to the Final Four. They look like such a cohesive, wonderful unit. And all of a sudden, they all just flee for money, okay? Because NIL, transfer portal, there's money out there. There was more money than was willing to spend on basketball at that time. And guess what? Bye-bye. They all left. So the next 2 years were dreadful, sad, dreadful for Coach L to retire in the middle of a season and basically just say, forget it, I'm done in the middle of a season. It was so sad. And then Bill Courtney, may he rest in peace, he just died of a heart attack at age 57 a few months ago. He takes over the program for the last part of last year, and it was just horrible. They finished in last place in the ACC, 7 wins total, 3 wins in the ACC after going to the Final Four 2 years before. So this is what Jay Lucas walks into, okay? He recruited an entirely new team, 12 new players, not even one player, not one holdover, 12 new players from all over the place, and a whole new coaching staff. Now, when I met with him, and it's his first head coaching job, he said that his plan was, as far as recruiting, he believes in big. He believes in size at all the positions, even though he's this big. He is the tiniest little coach, okay? He's so little. He looks like a ball boy out there. Anyway, little team manager. He said that he really believes that the way the college game is right now, that you need positional size. He didn't want little point guards. He want positional size. And he said, so as far as what type of player, he wanted players who are defensive, who are going to rebound, who are tough, who are physical, and who are big. Number one. Number two, number two part of his plan was also very calculating, is that he wanted to bring guys that had Florida ties. And he said that in this day and age of NIL, this day and age of transfer portal, when you're getting new players in and out, it's a revolving door. It's very hard to get team chemistry. And so he wanted to have a common thread with all of these players. So what he did is he took guys who were from Florida, some from South Florida, and then Ernest Ude from Orlando and Trey from Tallahassee. But these are all guys with Florida ties who had played AAU together. They knew each other. They were on the same AAU teams. And he basically said, hey, why are we taking all of our local talent to Michigan, to Indiana, to TCU, to, whatever? Let's stay home. Let's represent the state of Florida. Let's represent the 305. Let's bring college basketball. Let's prove that Florida players don't have to leave the state to be good. So he basically preached this to these guys, hey, let's put a team together of Florida AAU stars. You guys all know each other. You played together. You have a bond, even though you all went to play in these cold, godforsaken places. Come back to the Sunshine State and let's form a Sunshine State team. And you know what? When you watch this team, one of the things the other coaches have been saying, the opposing coaches, is that not only that they're physical, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. I know I said I only have 15, but I'm going to go over, is because the other coaches are saying that the chemistry that they're seeing from this team is very unusual in this short amount of time for 12 new guys who have never played together with a brand new coaching staff And one of the reasons is that they had a bond, they had a common thread before they got here. And that was Jay Lucas's plan. As far as the playing style, why they're doing so well, he says, listen, this is Miami basketball now. We are going to get points in the paint, and they get almost every game double points in the paint of the other team, double. He also wants double free throw attempts. They are missing some free throw attempts, but he said, as long as we get double the amount of free throw attempts as the other team, that's good. So they are their offense is predicated on getting to the free throw line way more than the opponent, getting way more points in the paint than the opponent, offensive rebounds. They are not a three-point shooting team. He said 3-point baskets for them are a bonus. And he truly believes that you can win on physicality, wearing out the other team, because he said the thing is, when you are getting to the free throw line that often, it means that the opposing players are getting in foul trouble. And when they get in foul trouble, they're going to play more careful, and they're going to not be as aggressive as they are if they're not in foul trouble. So he has a very specific style that he wanted this team to be. This is not a three-point shooting team. This is not some kind of great shooting team. This is a team that wins on physicality, on getting the other team in foul trouble, on getting to the free throw line, getting offensive rebounds, getting points in the paint. And he checks those stats in the post-game press conference every single game. He's like, look, points in the paint, check. Getting to the free throw line, double to the opponent, check. I mean, he goes through and he said that what he was most proud of, he said, after the North Carolina win, which was a huge win for them, he said the number 11 team in the country coming off a win over Duke, for Miami to beat them. He said what made him the most proud was that they stayed true to who they are. He said, we played Miami basketball as I intended to be. We did not deviate just because it was North Carolina, just because it was a big deal, just because the stadium was full. We played the way we play, and it worked. So what I love about Jay so far, in addition to the fact he's also just a really nice person, easy to deal with. One of the assistant coaches said that his secret sauce is that he is demanding without being demeaning. He is demanding, but not demeaning. So you meet him, and he seems like a mild-mannered, friendly little guy, but the truth is he's very demanding, and he has a very specific, style and instructions for these players, and they have all bought in. These guys have bought in. So I know I've been ranting on and on, but the reason is because I think Jay Lucas is the real deal, and I think that this was a great hire. This was a great hire by UM.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, he turned the entire program around in months, not a year, not 2 years, in months. The guy had nothing. And now, and by the way, if they take care of business against NC State on Saturday, I would imagine we're going to get a ranked UM team also when it's all done next week.
Yeah,
right?
if they beat NC State on the road, and that would be their 20th win. They have 19 wins. Yeah. They had 7 wins last year. They have 19 wins already with 6 games to go. And no, I mean, what I would be worried about if I'm UM is that some other big school is going to try to take him away, because this guy, they better compensate, because I'm telling you, I've been around sports writing a long time. I've seen a lot of coaches come and go in college basketball and in different sports. There's something about Jay Lucas and what he's done in less than a year and months, as you say, that he knows what he's doing. The guy knows what he is doing. His dad is John Lucas. He grew up with basketball from the time he was born. And then he was an assistant under some of the best coaches in the country. And he came here from Duke. And, the guy is good.
Unlike the Miami Heat front office right now, he is well adjusted to the way the system is run in college basketball right now. And he knew exactly what he needed to compete in a very difficult conference. And for him to go find those targets like that That's impressive. The question that you may need to answer now, since you just said they need to keep him and pay him and all that, has the NIL on that end, we know that they're willing to do whatever it takes in football. Has that kind of green light gone over to basketball? If it has, then you should have no problem keeping, Jay Lucas here.
Yeah, I think I would say, I don't know if it's a green light. I would say it's a yellow light right now. I can tell you that the basketball team is probably getting close to double NIL money than it did when Jim was here. And that, you have to say, Jim Larinaga was trying to compete with not as big of a pocket, not as big of a checkbook as Jay Lucas has. Okay. So in defense of the previous staff, the school was not spending as much on NIL. And also Coach L was more old school, and he didn't really, when he heard that a school was offering $1 million or whatever to North Shadowmere, he kind of thought that was crazy, to be honest. He was not buying in. He was not buying into paying college athletes $1 million a year. He was not really fully on board with that. And Jay Lucas is a young guy who says, hey, this is how it is. The game has changed. And this is not, Jim Larinaga is a legend and will always be a legend. But the way he won was by bringing in guys who were not McDonald's All-Americans and coaching them up and forming a bond. And he had a very specific, system that he wanted them to all buy into, and thought of the day and life lesson of the day and all this kind of thing. Okay. Nowadays, show me the money. And Jay Lucas knows that that's how it is. And he is not only willing to coach under these conditions, but he's embracing it. And Coach L did not embrace it. He tried to do it the best he could, but I know, I'm an older person too. It's not what he thought college basketball should be. And so that was always an issue, that the game was changing, not the sport on the court, but the sport in general, college athletics was changing under his nose, and he didn't like it. He did not like the changes, and that affected his ability to be as effective as he was before. And I think Jay comes in as a young guy who knows no different. This is how it's been for the last several years when he was out there on the recruiting trail, and he was at schools that did have money to get these guys. And so, it just seemed like it was the right time. I hate to say it because I'm a huge Coach L fan, but if he wasn't going to fully embrace the way it is now, then it was time to bring in somebody new who does embrace it. And Jay Lucas seems to be a great hire so far.
All right. Before I let you go, I got to ask you about Messi.
No, we got to talk about soccer. Yes.
Yeah. Got the, muscle strain in the left hammy. They've got the opener on the 21st. So
a week away.
Yeah. Not
good. Not good. Not good. Yesterday, we showed up at practice and Messi wasn't there. And we were like, uh-oh. Messi's not there. The team was supposed to be flying to Puerto Rico right now as we speak. They were going to fly to Puerto Rico this morning for the final preseason game against an Ecuadorian team tomorrow. They had sold out the stadium. They had an open practice set up, an open training. That there were going to be all these things for the Puerto Rican fans. Were super duper excited. All of a sudden yesterday, Messi's not at training. Uh-oh. You start asking, they didn't have any answers. They didn't have any, nothing. At 5:00 in the afternoon, the club announces that Messi is injured. He has a strained left hamstring that happened during the last game, which there was a little clue at the game in Ecuador. He came out after 57 minutes, which is earlier than he had come out in the previous two games. That is not a good sign with Messi. Messi loves to play as long as possible. And even if they were building him up to 90, they wouldn't take him out earlier than he came out in the previous game. He had cleared a ball. He did this big clearance where his leg went like way up. After that, you could almost see a little something. And he went off the field almost immediately, 57th minute, and he talked to Mascherano on the sideline. As he came off, they had a little conversation. So there was a little clue that maybe something had happened there. Then he doesn't show up at practice. So they announced that he's injured and he's out indefinitely until he heals. And a hamstring, as you know, a hamstring can be tricky. B, they postponed the game against Puerto Rico. That is how much this man means to this team. That Puerto Rican promoter was not really hiring Inter Miami to come for a game. They were hiring Messi. This was the Messi traveling circus, traveling show, whatever you want to call it. And if Messi's not going to be there, they were like, no, thank you. Let's do it at another date when Messi can be there. So they changed the game to February 26th, which, by the way, I'm not totally that's only a couple weeks away. Who knows if he's going to even be better by then. B, that is now a preseason game in between two regular season games. And their first 5 games are on the road. Well, money, yes. The first 5 games, it's all money.
But this is you're just whores? This is
I think so.
You want to be a whore? I mean, why would you play a game that is meaningless and useless in your regular season, and then you play
during the regular season?
So he's not going to play on the 21st, and that tells me you're not playing the 21st because there's no way that this guy has that injury, and you're going to play the 21st, and then 5 days later play in Puerto Rico. That would be stupid.
No, and the first game is in LA. By the way, they're playing because the new stadium is not opening until April 4th. So the first 5 games of the Inter Miami season, the first 5 games are on the road. So now you're talking about the opening game in the LA Coliseum, which, by the way, they're not going to be happy with that either, because the whole thing was supposed to be Leo Messi against Son, the South Korean star. That the big opener of the MLS season is the 2 big superstars going head to head next Saturday, 8 days away, and the guy has a hamstring pull. Okay, so you're talking about the team is supposed to play in LA. In LA on the 21st, in LA, and then go to Puerto Rico for a meaningless game on the 26th, and then 4 or 5 days, 4 days, I think, after that, 4 days after, play at Orlando, play another league game on the road. I mean, to me, to shoehorn that meaningless game in a preseason game, it's supposed to be a preseason game. It's now going to be shoehorned in between 2 regular season games. It makes no sense. It's just
because every offseason now you've made it a circus instead of actually train the offseason to just get ready for the MLS season, not burn the man out before the damn season starts. And that's what you're doing every year now with this guy, because of course you've invested so much money and you're probably losing your ass. You're doing everything possible to try to gain that money back one way or another.
No, they're building this stadium. This stadium is $300 million stadium. They need money for the stadium.
Yeah. I just insanity, dude. Insanity. I don't know why, but it just makes no sense. And now you put them at risk for your regular season too, on top of all. It's long enough. I don't know why. They're not going to compete in the U.S. Open Cup again this year, right? They're going to leave that out?
No. Okay. They have CONCACAF Champions Cup starting in March. They come in at the round of 16. So they have that.
Right.
Yeah.
They're not going to pass that up. But as long as you pass up the other ones, I don't even know. They're going to do the Leagues Cup. Yeah, they will, right? Because the MLS is sold
They'll do
out.
Leagues Cup. That'll be after the World Cup. They'll do Leagues Cup. Yeah.
They'll do Leagues Cup. See, it's just too much. It's just too much.
Too much.
Man. And is this the last or second last season till we go to the new schedule?
This is the last season. Next year, after this year in 2027, they go to the same calendar as the rest of the world.
Yes, thank God. All right, that's good.
Yeah.
I know it'll be tough for them going up against the NFL. They're going to have to be very creative. They're going to have to create some kind of Wednesday night games or something. Or
they already do. You know what? This season goes till December 5th. They're still in the months of September, October, November. They're still going up against the NFL already.
No, I know, but they're going to have to create like something big on an off night of the NFL. Make it like try to see if they can own that night or something,
Right.
To try to put up a soccer night during that time. it's going to be hard, but it's better for them that they're going on the regular schedule for everybody else. This off-schedule stuff has been crazy for the whole franchise overall.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
All right, well, what are you working on at the Herald so folks can check you out before we let you go?
Oh my God. Well, it's just UM now. I mean, is this a tournament team? A team that came from last place. Is this a tournament team? And then Inter Miami starting next week, and then World Cup. I'm starting to do World Cup stuff. I'm starting to do which teams are going to be based here. So far, it's Curacao. Curacao is going to be in Boca Raton, and I am almost, I would say 99% positive that Portugal with Cristiano Ronaldo is going to be in South Florida, based in South Florida. So, they have the big game against Colombia here, but also I think their base camp is also going to be in South Florida. So be looking for me for World Cup preview stuff. How?
The ladies will love that. They'll be going everywhere, wherever Cristiano is.
Yes. Yes. So, I have a lot going on with basketball. The college basketball and Inter Miami starting next week, the new stadium opening April 4th, and then the World Cup around the corner.
All right. Awesome. Great stuff. Follow her on Twitter at Koff Sports and catch her exceptional work there at the Miami Herald. Thank you, as always, Michelle. You're awesome.
All right. Take care. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. There you go. The great Michelle Kaufman from the Miami Herald talking a little UM basketball, red hot, and Inter Miami. Whore hot. I don't know why they do this to themselves, but, well, I do. It's all money. Just got to sell ourselves out for all the money. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Before Michelle Kaufman leaves, can you ask her why Dade County or anybody did not have a championship parade for Inter? Unbelievable. I'll ask next time, but that's a team thing, dude. Yeah.
I was going to say, I think it's because they wanted money. They got paid to go on the tour. They would have had to pay to have a parade. Or something.
Yeah, and these guys, they're mercenaries, dude. They don't really give a shit about our town. They just don't. They're mercenaries, So that's the sad part, that it's a championship team, but it's not really connected to our community the way you would like it to be connected. The Fusion connected better with our community than Inter Miami. Ray Hudson and the boys, they connected way better than anything Inter Miami has ever done. Okay. So for those of us that are old enough and we've been around and experienced it, I saw it firsthand. What Ray Hudson did to sell soccer in this town, nobody in Inter Miami has ever done that. So, and players used to go on and all that and have great personalities. And, these guys they're above all that shit. They won the championship and they made the media wait forever for access. It's just a joke. To them, the fans and the media, it's just not important at all. It really isn't, So anyway, what's it called? We thank Michelle Kaufman. We thank the great Sean Stanley. We thank all of you for tuning in as always. We appreciate it. We are done, folks. There's no more to talk about. We'll be back tomorrow morning live from Acura Pembroke Pines. Same time, same place, same bat channel.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O